The Euros may still be on, but the fallout continues despite Scotland going home a wee bit early, looking back to folk football. And yeah, I mean, it's clinically depressing, really, when you think of it. The fact that Georgia, Slovenia, all those teams absolutely flying high, absolutely flying nose first, dome first, whatever. They're flying into the next round, and what are we doing? We're sitting here. Meanwhile, we're sitting here greeting, and you know what? I'm sick of the excuses. Oh, population. Oh, this, that. I get it, right? You know what? Rather than use the population excuse, I think there's a lot of that. You know, AstroTurf pitches. Oh, 50 quid for an hour, 40 quid. I get that as well, right? But you know what? That may affect the team, but our team's more than good enough to play decent football and advance from that group. You know, if Georgia are beating Portugal 2-0, what is our excuse not to give Germany a game? Not even beat them. Give them a game. I mean, a lot of people fancy Portugal over, what do you call them, Germany. I'd probably tend to agree. I probably would. I'd probably say that Portugal do have a better team than Germany. And here we are, just getting scud at 5-1. And 5-1, man, it was bloody. 5-1 was a good scoreline considering how that game went. And I get it. Even without the 10 men, disaster. That Ryan Porteous red card feels about 20 bloody years ago. But you know, Slovenia, Slovakia, in there, Romania, Georgia, and I'm not bashing them, by the way, because they've all played brilliant football at times in this tournament. We didn't kick a ball. We were the worst team by far. Name me a team. Poland got 1 point, right? But we're very close in their games with the Holy Holland and drew with France. What's ours? We drew with Switzerland. Oh, you can't see me. My time is now. Bloody Steve Clarke better turn into John Cena. Because see if I see him, big Steve Clarke's going to get a five knuckles shuffle. Which, well, actually, no, he's not going to get that because, yeah, if you know the meaning behind that, I didn't mean it like that. Alright? Big John. But in all seriousness, it's not good enough. But let's talk about the referee. Let's talk about the decision. I am not here to cry about the penalty decision. Hell, I didn't think it was a penalty. The more I look at it, alright, yes. Right, you know what? It's probably more of a penalty. But you know what? Sometimes I think you make your own luck. Alright? And I think it would have been incredibly unfair on Hungary if that could give. We are so shit, man. We didn't deserve to go through to the last 16. Steve Clarke, man, he'll hang on to this like it's the last sip of Buckfast. But the reality is, we are pish. We didn't deserve that penalty. And I get it. There's been loads of games, man. You know, whatever teams have got stuff they didn't deserve and they went on to win it, right? But I mean, we did not go out of this tournament because of that penalty. Alright, now UEFA have come out and said that there was no wrongdoing with that penalty and that everything gets checked, and it was checked and they deemed it to be not a penalty. Now there's been no reasoning to why it's not a penalty, but they have confirmed that they checked it. But interestingly enough, the referee from Argentina and the VAR staff on that game have been canned. Now obviously we're way more than halfway through this tournament. Maybe it's just they don't need them anymore, but it just seems weird that they would call these guys in for one game and then as soon as we're out, they go home. And I'm not suggesting that they called these guys in for Argentina to scud us. I know there's a lot of things. Oh, you know, 38 years since Maradona handballed at the hand of God. And, you know, Scotland makes such a big deal out of that. And look, 38 years later, it's an Argentinian that fucks Scotland at the Euros. You can go down that argument if you want, right? But like I said, we're just shite. We're not good enough. You know, Steve Clarke, I can't even put it into words how pissed off Steve Clarke has made me, man. If you look at Twitter, you look at most people, they are the same. I mean, I just don't get it. It's like McCoist saying that Clarke has to stay, and then you've got Souness blaming it on the population. Fuck the population. I mean, the population of Slovenia is like 2 million. You know what I mean? Well, no, seriously, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I mean, we're not talking about, like, I mean, they're making it our populations, like the bloody, I don't even know. Like the Outer Hebrides. No, got a decent sized population, aye, but don't have 500 million, alright? But come on, stop using excuses, it's pathetic.